it's called the Tortured Poets Department. So she is putting her pain to page. And I think that's beautiful because that's something that in terms of songwriting, I'm a very strong advocate of. Put your pain to page and try to bring someone else hope. And y'all know the plug. I know it's annoying, but I have to do it because we're independent and we write and produce and distribute all of our own music. And we're in huge amounts of talks right now that could change our future and make us the breakout artist of 2024. Make sure you click the link pinned in the comments. Support my band, City of Sound, and get ready for new music videos. It's also what all of my vlogs are about. So if you want to watch those on the channel, there's a playlist for my vlogs, and you can check everything out of our story, being an independent band, and what it takes to make it in the music industry. I love you all. Let's do this. Yes, I just got out of the shower, but this has been requested over and over again. I've had about 10 videos get blocked in the last 2 weeks, so we're going to make an attempt on this one. I have not listened all the way through her new album yet because it's 30 songs. But I love Taylor Swift's songwriting. I don't care what the NPCs have to say on Instagram. And for those wondering, why do I care what this guy has to say about this song? I don't know. I'm a bit of a narcissist. For those who do care, I have written well over 100 songs that in some shape or form are placed or in catalog. Also, I write all the songs for my band, City of Sound. Let's jump into it. This is Fortnight from the Tortured Poets Department. Awesome name, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the name is genuinely dope. You're gonna see me looking at the lyrics right here, but I'm gonna put the lyrics up right over here so you can follow along with me, and we're just gonna talk about it. I love you all.
I was supposed to be sent away, but they forgot to come and get me.
Okay. Y'all already know, I'm gonna pause like 100 times. I didn't expect kind of like the 80s. My seat was all the way down. I do that all the time. My seat was all the way down. I didn't expect the 80s pulsing synth opening, so I like this already. Okay, here we go.
I was supposed to be sent away, but they forgot to come and get me. I was a functioning alcoholic till nobody noticed my new aesthetic.
All right.
All of this to say, I hope you're okay, but you're the reason. And no one here's to blame, but what about your quiet treason?
Yeah. Okay, this whole first and second stanza on this first verse is absolutely awesome. Full disclosure, I do not know damn near anything about Taylor Swift's relationships, and I'm not trying to. I enjoy her for her songwriting and for her like top line ability and for her bridges, because she is the bridge queen. I just want to pull a notice to this real quick that I love. Kind of taking this idea, she was supposed to be gone. She's been like this functioning alcoholic, and then tying it all in of like, this song is clearly about either a forbidden love or some sense of a like a love that you can't have, because then drawing it into the all of this to say, I hope you're okay, but you're the reason, and no one here's to blame, but what about your quiet treason? So there's also something that she knew about this person where at the end of the day it wasn't going to work. I don't know if that's a true story, but that's how this is hitting me, and I genuinely already love the world building. She's very good at world building, like super good at world bidding. She's super good at world building. I'm kind of excited to see where the through line is. So let's keep it going. First chorus.
And for a fortnight there we were, forever running to you. Sometimes ask about the weather. Now you're in my backyard, turn into good neighbors. Your wife waters flowers. I wanna kill her.
Wait, no shit. Whoa. Oh man. Okay. Wait. Hold up. Okay. So the song's called Fortnight. So it usually means like a 2-week period. This is obviously like a forbidden love in a 2-week period. Some sort of an affair, seems like. I understand everyone watching this probably knows all the deepest secrets about this song. This is me listening to it for the first time, and I'm just breaking down the writing. And I love the imagery, the world building. Like, I don't know how much of this is direct or hyperbole or what, but dude, the imagery it's actually pretty dark. But I do love the idea of like, it's obviously a love affair that was like within a fortnight for 2 weeks. And then the idea of run into you sometimes, and like the surfaceness that happens after you've been with someone in like this very real and emotional and deep way. But then the longer time goes on that you're not with them, you see them again, and it's so surfaced, and it feels like you never even had that in the first place. And that's why I love this line of run into you sometimes, ask about the weather. Very real. That's a very good description. But then now you're in your backyard, turned into good neighbors. So like maybe there's a remedy, like it's been remedied a little bit, but then to say your wife waters flowers, I want to kill her. I don't even know what that's about. Damn, Taylor, take it easy. This is a very like fatalist song.
All my mornings are Mondays stuck in an endless February. I took the miracle move on drug. The effects were temporary. And I love you. It's ruining my life.
I'm telling you, like her world building is so good, and like her imagery. First of all, the idea of an endless February, if anybody's from like the Midwest or like the Northeast, February is very cold, lots of snow, dreary, like very windy, takes a lot of strong-willed people to deal with it. And an endless February is like really, really cool how she describes all of her mornings. She can't escape the feelings that she has. And then I'm wondering what the move on drug is. I think that's a really great way to describe that, as like the miracle drug. And so I wonder what hers is as a miracle move on drug, and the effects were temporary, which I think is really great. And then going to I love you, it's ruining my life. So she actually uses the imagery from those first two lines to then say something very straight of I love you, it's ruining my life. And then obviously I can see right here she's going to repeat it. This is great. I really love this songwriting.
It's ruining my life.
Okay, so there's Post Malone. I love this chorus. What is that? What is the I want to kill her referencing? Also want to say I love the minimalist approach to this song. It usually when you open an album, you want to open with an absolute banger. And it's interesting that she opens more with a world building. It's pretty fatalist, a little bit nihilist. So it really gives you a perspective of where she's at in terms of the story of this album. I'm sure the album has a lot of ebb and flow, and it probably moves towards the end. But this is a really interesting way to like open an album. And I'm sure that there's all kinds of like Easter eggs that I'm not picking up that she's writing into this about that a lot of Swifties know about her relationships. But from someone on the outside who's like not deep in that world, in general, it's great world building through line, great callbacks. It's very, very well written.
There we were together running to you sometimes, comment on my sweater. Now you're at the mailbox, turned into good neighbors. My husband is cheating. I want to kill him.
Okay, so definitely some hyperbole going on because obviously she's not married. That does kind of tell me like, okay, a lot of the song is hyperbole, but I've talked about this before. The way that she'll sometimes change a lyric in a chorus when you're expecting it to repeat, but she actually dives in more into the descriptive imagery to drive home the message. It's one of my favorite things that she does in a lot of her songs. And right here, run into you sometimes, comment on my sweater, saying the same thing. Like before, she said, run into you sometimes, ask about the weather. And it was all about the surfaceness and how weird that is after having such a deep love for a fortnight, for 2 weeks. And now all of a sudden it's this super surfaced and awkward like thing where you're just like, how's the weather today? And then she reinforces that by saying the same thing, but in a completely different way. Run into you sometimes, comment on my sweater. I just love how she does it. It's very well done. Like, I know it seems like I'm kissing ass, but I'm not. This is good writing. Now you're at my mailbox, turned into good neighbors. So it's kind of like maybe time starting to heal, but she must not like whoever she's with now. so Post Malone's taking most of the outro, which is interesting. The song's definitely got to be about like some form of a forbidden love, some form of like 2-week affair or something. There's something in there that is a very cool story. I don't know if it's hyperbole on that part or not. It's very interesting. This very much has vibes of like a summer night sitting out on a back porch, and like you put this kind of a vibe on and like a little bit quiet. You don't turn it up super loud, and it just kind of like forces you to be stoic and in the moment. It very much has like that emotion. But I'm very interested in if there is anything in here that is directly true. It seems like a lot of hyperbole and imagery and world building and like storytelling that's coming from like obviously a very real place. But I'm wondering like it seems like there's bits and pieces that are definitely true, but like not giving it all away. And that's fun. I mean, that's fun. It makes it a little bit of like a puzzle, which is like, that's a good time. I'm excited to listen to the rest of the album. Okay, interesting. I know there's a song called Florida on the album because Florence and the Machine is like one of my favorite artists, and I know that she features on it or wrote it with her. And I wonder if that is already a call to Florida on the album, which I have not heard yet. And I need to go through and actually listen to the album, but I'm very intrigued. Again, I wonder how much of this is directly true, how much of it is hyperbole. It's really interesting. Man, I mean, I gotta say, I haven't heard the album yet, but it is a bold move to write so distinctly about a 2-week forbidden love with someone, or whether it was an affair or whatever it is. I actually really like it. I think it's an interesting way to introduce an album, and it feels more, I mean, unless the rest of the album feels this way, but it feels like this song is kind of establishing a little bit of like a fatalist mentality. Now, if I was coming from what I hope happens on the album, which like, don't tell me in the comments what happens in the album, because I'm going to do a couple more videos of these, of like certain songs. You can say which song I should follow up with, but like, don't tell me like the story or the through line. I get a sense that the album is starting with this more a little bit fatalist, nihilist view. And now if it's like kind of what I would want to happen, I hope it kind of starts to change throughout. And there starts to be kind of a hope and like a fun that starts to happen as she kind of goes through these different layers of relationship, and like just kind of this honesty. And, you know, it's called the Tortured Poets Department. So she is putting her pain to page. And I think that's beautiful, because that's something that in terms of songwriting, I'm a very strong advocate of. Put your pain to page and try to bring someone else hope. And I think that's really important when it comes to songwriting, being honest and true. This is very honest. Now I'm getting the sense that this album, it's more of like an art gallery over being even just a concept album, if that makes sense. And I think that's what I'm most interested in right now. I'm going to hold on that thought until I get to the next ones.
Choose to heal. You may find a path beyond the pain. Your shattered sheets are here, the land of trampled fields, but the flower will guide our way. Could take these skies together, could make a great escape. Why trade petals for shelter? those who remain and can face the night, who have entered the fray and lost every time. To you who sees a grave doesn't equal the life, these stains you no longer need. You bled your wrist for the last time. For the last time. Choose to heal. You may find the path beyond the pain.
Here's to those that make us witnesses.